Uh-oh, what just happened? Hello, everybody. You notice the studio's a little different tonight. It's because my computer is someplace else. This is my old computer, and it doesn't play nice with the camera. So it's different. So you got a picture here, and then I got my flag. But the content's still the same. But yeah, and just because I totally shit the bed tonight, I also for somehow this thing happens once in a while. Welcome to Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist, by the way. But where I do this thing where it just goes to this stupid account that I have that I never use, that I have 15 followers on. And it goes to that. So like the show is housed there in this little tiny little squib of 15 people. And so nobody knows so I have to delete that show, start this show, a new show. And it's just because the one time I don't check to make sure I have it in the one where I have like 15,000 people, that's the time. But that's what's going on tonight. So yeah, all sorts of just chaos. And maybe it's related to the computer. Maybe it's because I use this computer. Probably, but that's all right. We're still going. Hey, Upon the Rise. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, brother. But we're still going to go. Hopefully you can all hear me. That's the other thing. I had to hook up with the camera to my ancient computer and the microphone. I think it's working. I hope it is. Yeah, that's why it's not on your feed right now because I put it in the wrong one. I have Jeff Ahern, and then I have Jeff Ahern lowercase, and it's just once in a while, man, it just goes to that shitty Jeff Ahern lowercase, and it's not in anybody's feed. And so I switched it. I went back and put this one. I got rid of I'll finish up here. I got rid of the old one, and then I redid the new one, but with like 5 minutes to go before the show. So that's what's going on here. So now I'm on the right channel, but there was no warning of it, and so Rumble wasn't able to feature it. But I was featured last night. It's great. I think I had a couple thousand people watching, so that was nice. Tonight, I don't think so, unless someone at Rumble, woke up at like 1 and it's like, oh, maybe I'll put it up. Mm-hmm. But we can still play, so let's do it. Let's have a good time. Let's have some fun, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, and this is a bigger space. There we go. That's my fiance. All right, let's do it. Let's check out Am I the Asshole? I'm going to try and share it. I think it'll still work. Better work. It better. Here we go. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for taking my food to give an award? Taking my food to give award. I don't even understand like what that means, but we can look it up. Okay, good. That's working. Everything still seems like it's working. We're rocking. We're in. We're going, folks. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's happening. It's happening now. Let's do it. Oh, it's so frustrating that happened though. All right. So am I the asshole for taking my food to give award? I don't know what that means, but let's see. Oh, it's a short one at least. All right. My adult son, 22, and his girlfriend, 21, both in college, are living with us while on summer break. Okay. I don't ask for them to pay rent. Well, yeah, why would you? I mean, I know they're 21, it's summer. I mean, it's kind of douchey if you ask them to pay rent. They're not like, hey, we're moving in and this is where we're starting our lives. They're just like, can we hang out here while we're, home from college? So they're both living, and I assume you're like the girlfriend, you wouldn't let her live there. I don't ask them to pay rent. Perhaps it's wishful thinking, but I'd hope they'd have the common sense to help around the house and contribute in some ways when possible. They don't. They're 21, 22. Here's the thing, and I don't want to break your heart with this, but he's your son. He's 22. He's an adult. If he's not helping around the house now, it's because you never brought him up to help around the house. If you brought him up as your son, as your son, and you brought him, I don't want to say right, but if you brought him up right, he'd be helping around the house. He would just be doing it. He would be taking out the trash. He'd be doing the dishes. He'd be helping you with the dishes. He'd be mowing. He would just be doing it. But because you never trained him in that way or made that important to him, he doesn't do it now. So I hate to say this, but I think the onus is on you. Unless it doesn't make sense to me that he used to help all the time and he used to really pitch in. but then suddenly he's home now and he refused. It doesn't make any sense. So really, I think you need to take ownership of this and not act surprised that he doesn't want to help around the house when you never kind of. Here's the thing: my parents. I've said this before. I was raised feral. You know, my sister and I, we were feral kids. My parents just let us kind of do whatever we wanted to, and we had a good time. But I basically did an allowance. I did the vacuuming, so I would do the vacuum and take out the trash. That's about it. So when I came home, that's what I do. You know, I do the vacuum and take out the trash still. That's kind of, I get wood for the fire because that's what I was trained to do. But the one thing I was never trained to do, because, we came from a very patriarchal family, let's say, I didn't do the dishes. I never did the dishes. If the dishes were about to be done, I would hide. I just never did them. Basically, my sister would do them. My mom would do them once in a while. My dad might help out. But I never did the dishes. So cut to I'm 52, and this is shameful on my part. I'm visiting home. And my fiance is like, hey, why don't you help with because she's Mexican. And now I'm doing the dishes constantly. Every soon she's doing, I'm not doing the dishes, I'm drying the dishes. It's a different dynamic. It's a different family. It wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It's just that I was never in that dynamic. That wasn't the dynamic I was raised in. But what happened was she goes, why don't you do the dishes? And help your mom do the dishes. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm used to it now. So I go out there, I start doing the dishes. And my mom's like, oh my God, get a camera. He's doing the dishes. And my dad's like, what? And my sister's like, what? And they all jump up. I'm like, oh my God, what my fiance must think of me. And they're all like filming me doing the dishes. And I'm like, come on, I do this all. I used to do it all the time. And they're like, no, this is the first. Oh, it was horrible. I was like, was it really that bad? I really I never helped out that much. I always did the vacuuming. So, I'm not a complete schmuck. And I did do the trash. But yeah, I guess the rest of it, not so much. Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. So my adult son, 22, his girlfriend, 21, both in college, are living with us while on summer break. I don't ask them to pay rent. Perhaps it's wishful thinking. I hope they'd have the common sense to help. They don't have the common sense, because at least the son, because you didn't tell him to. And the girlfriend's not going to do it unless the son does it, because she doesn't want to step and make him look bad. To help around the house or contribute in some way when possible. This rarely happens. Maybe it's my fault for not setting clear expectations. It's your fault for not raising him to do it. And then now you're going to set these expectations. I mean, he'll probably do it anyways. It's free room and board. Today I found out my son's girlfriend is taking food I buy and giving away lunches she makes with my food to the homeless. I mean, while it's nice, it's not, I get it. If she wants to give away your food, yeah, I mean, if she wants to give away the leftovers, that's one thing. But I mean, she should be checking in with you before she just gives away food. I'm on board with that. I mean, it does show she has a kind heart. But yeah, I mean, come on, that's not cool. Today, I found out my son's girlfriend is taking food I buy and giving away lunches she makes with my food to the homeless. She made the comment, a lot gets wasted anyway. Yeah, it's not a great excuse. She's taking things like chips, drinks, crackers, like you're a grocery store. Like she's robbing you blind. I get it. I'd be a little pissed too. Shelf stable stuff that I buy in bulk, but does not get wasted, but it's meant to last my family a long time. I have no problem with helping people in need, but I do have a problem with someone giving away food that I paid for without asking me. Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. If you're going to be charitable, the whole point of charity is being charitable with your own goods and or services. Giving of yourself, either of your time or of your means. I have this, and so I can give you that. When you are taking other people's things, this Robin Hood-esque behavior, taking other things from someone that don't belong to you, and then reapportioning it to somebody else, or repatriating it to someone else. I guess, I don't know. That's just theft. I mean, that's just theft. That's all that is, and so you're not King George or whoever was Robin Hood's nemesis, Sheriff of Nottingham. So yeah, she's a thief, and then she pats herself on the back. Here's my other question. So your kid doesn't do anything around the house because you never raised him to do anything around the house. He's got this ultra woke girlfriend who seems fine. She probably views you as, capitalist monsters. What school do they go to? Is it like a real woke school? I'll bet it is. Anyway, good luck. You're not wrong here. You're not the asshole. I haven't confronted her on it after my husband found out today. So yeah, I would talk to your son first, so he can maybe handle this, so you're not going at her direct. But it's got to stop. I mean, it's just got to stop. You can't do that. It's not hers. She didn't buy any of it. No, you're not the asshole. Now I understand what the topic was. I didn't a second ago. That's for sure. Yeah, there you go. ah, ay, ay, ay. All right, let's hit the next one here. Yeah, I don't understand how that happened. That I messed that up. Oh well. I've been homeowner for 5 years. These are the biggest things I wish someone told me day one. So this is someone trying to sell something and it's promoted. Way to go, Reddit. Am I the asshole for not wanting my dad to eat? Reddit just goes on themes. Maybe it's a leftover food night. Am I the asshole for not wanting my dad to eat my leftovers? Probably. I mean, I'm assuming you're 16 female. I'm assuming you didn't even pay for him. Your dad's probably hungry. I don't know. Let dad eat. What do you got against dad eating? He's got to go out and work the next day to make some more money to buy some more food. Let him eat a little bit. Are you working? Are you buying the groceries? Let your dad eat, especially if they're leftovers. But let's make sure. He's your dad. Help him out. Help a brother out. Help a father out. All right, let's see. Oh, it was removed by moderator. Oh, there you go. That was easy. Okay. Interesting. It was weird. That was fast. Okay. Let me just see. Well, I just want to read the very beginning of it because it did get taken out. But I, 16 female, have always struggled with eating. I'm not picky or anything. I think you might be if you struggle with eating. And I don't think you've always struggled with eating. I feel like when you were a kid, when you were a toddler, I feel like you ate just fine. I'm just gonna go out on a limb that when you were breastfeeding or taking formula, you were like, yeah, I can, and not another. Or when you were a toddler, shoving anything in your mouth that would fit, you didn't have any food issues. I think let me see. All right, maybe you did, but I love a lot of different foods, but physically making myself chew and swallow is really difficult. If you try to puree, I constantly feel sort of full. I mean, first off, beyond the psychological element to this, which I'm sure there is some, obviously, you may need to see a doctor just physically to see if there's anything up with you. Like, is everything in the right shape? Is your esophagus really tiny? Is your stomach, disproportionately small? Is there what's going on in you internally? Deal with that first. Figure out what's wrong with you internally, if there is anything wrong with you. If you discover, which I think, maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But if you discover there's nothing wrong physically, then it's in here. But at least you know where to target next. And you can go to a psychiatrist and get some help with eating. All right. You constantly feel full, and eating more than a few bites gets me physically uncomfortable. Yeah. You keep mentioning physical aspects of this, so I would physically get yourself checked out. I've been underweight my whole life, but I discovered a few years ago I can eat a lot more calories every day if I keep meals in the fridge and take bites of them throughout the day rather than trying to make myself eat them all at once. Yeah, you gotta see a doctor. I mean, this is all you wrote, and then they took it down because none of this is normal, psychologically or physically. And I'm amazed your parents didn't bring you in to help. I'd love to know when it started because I don't think it's a day one thing. I don't think it was when you were a toddler. I think it was probably when you were 9, 10, 11. It started, and I think it's probably psychosomatic. That's my guess. All right, there you go. But you're not an asshole, but you need to get help. Am I the asshole after a broken bathroom door that was already broken fell when I tried to leave the shower? No, you're maybe a little clumsy. I don't think you're an asshole, but let's, I reserve the right to change my mind based on data, based on whatever I see fit. Let's see. Am I the asshole after a broken bathroom door was already broken? Hey, Everett, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, today I screwed up, Everett. I didn't put the show up right, and I got the wrong computer. It's a bit of a off night. Let's just call it that. Call it what it is. Am I the asshole after a broken door that was already broken fell when I tried to leave the shower? I'm currently staying in my uncle and his wife's house. Okay. While I get back on my feet. Okay. Today something happened that has me feeling guilty, and I can't stop blaming myself. My uncle told me to go upstairs and take a shower. How old are you? How old are you? Why is your uncle telling you when to take a shower? Like, I'm assuming you're 17. Okay. It just seems weird. I guess you're younger. Someone needs to tell you to take a shower. Take a shower. I set the camera up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Today something happened. Okay, so my uncle told me to go upstairs and take a shower. When he showed me the bathroom, he noticed the bathroom door was broken and asked his daughter who broke it. She said it was his 17-year-old son who had broken it earlier. Okay, so he knows. My uncle went downstairs for a minute, came back, and temporarily put the door back into place so I'd have privacy while showering. He closed the door, told me to take my shower. Again, I don't like, how old are you that he's telling you when to shower? He never told me that I should call him when I was finished. Well, yeah. Or that he needed to come back to help me get out because the door wasn't properly attached. I'm assuming you've got to be like 16, 15 or something. After I finished showering, I had my clothes, shampoo, and the other things in my hands. I tried opening the bathroom door to leave it like I normally would. And as soon as I did, the door came off and fell onto the carpet with a really loud bang. Listen, it's going to happen. He leaned it there and it fell over. You don't feel bad. My uncle immediately came upstairs after hearing the noise. His wife followed behind him. He asked if I was done showering. I said yes. Then he told me I should have called him instead of trying to open the door myself, and asked if I tried moving the door to the side instead of letting it fall. It's on him. You're just going to prop a door up and then blame someone when it falls over. I didn't argue with him. I just said quiet because I felt bad. Honestly, it's probably the right decision there. As I walked downstairs, my uncle's wife got upset and started blaming him for what happened to the door. Well, it's his fault. It really is. She raised her voice and then they started arguing with each other. Trust, this argument has nothing to do with you. Yeah, they're fighting and you feel guilty because you feel you caused this fight. You did not cause this fight. They're mad at each other for years of shit that's happened already. And this is just a trigger. So the door is really irrelevant in this situation. It's just the latest trigger. All right. Okay, so the argument got pretty heated. This surprised me because she's usually very nice to me, but I've heard her yell around the house before when talking with her husband or kids. All right, here's what's going to happen. I hate to tell you because that's her natural default. You're in the honeymoon stage with this woman. At some point, she's going to yell at you too. Don't take it personal. She yells at everybody. After the argument, my uncle talked to me again. He said I should have told him. He said he didn't listen to her. That's probably why she gets mad. She's like, I finished yelling at you. You went right back to her and said it's still her fault. He said I should have told him when I was done with the shower and I should have moved the door to the side. Oh, come off it. He also said to be careful when I get my own apartment someday because if something like this happens, I'll have to pay for it. I'm sorry. You're just like, okay, yeah, just be polite. Sounds like that's what you're doing. I apologized to him 2 or 3 times. Yep. Even though I never argued or got defensive. Yeah, you did the smart thing, Now I keep blaming myself. No, don't. The door fell over. It fell over because he put it up all shoddy. And he should have just like hung a towel or something, honestly. It's already broken before. Yeah, stop beating up on yourself. Stop beating up on yourself. I actually had like, we went from like the highs and the lows. Me and some buddies of mine, we went to Bahamas for spring break when I was in college. Yeah. And so we go, I don't remember what was the hotel we went to? Was it? Yeah, it was the Bahamas. So we go to this hotel in the Bahamas and we check into the room and it's a shitty room. It's small and cramped and there's 3 of us. And really this room looks like it only sleeps 2 and someone's going on the floor. I don't know if that's the way we booked it or what. But when we get in there, my buddy Scott looks at the door and goes, hey, look at this. Someone had clearly kicked the door in before we got there, whoever was there in the room before. And so they just kind of like patchworked it together. And so basically, as soon as we opened the door, maybe it looked like it had been kicked in. As soon as we got in this, like the part that latches the door, the wood's all gone. It's laying on the floor. We're like, what the hell? So the door's just swinging free. And there's just a piece of the frame on the ground that used to hold the lock, or where the deadbolt. I'm like, what the hell? So I call down to room service. They send up a security guy. And he's this Bohemian guy. He's a big fat dude. He's just like, why you break the door? Why you be breaking the door, man? Why you be breaking the door? I'm sorry about this. I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to be good at this. I'm not. I don't know how to do a Bohemian accent. It's been a few years. Why you be breaking the door, man? Why you be breaking the? We didn't break the door. Look. We came in. The door was like this, and I'm like, look, there's even a piece or 2 missing. You know what I mean? We didn't do any of this. He's like, don't be bullshitting me, man. Why you break the door? Why you break? He's like trying to get a confession out of us. But he didn't have a lot of finesse. And we were also not guilty. So I'm like, listen, we didn't do anything. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go talk to the lady at the front desk. So I go downstairs. I luckily the manager's there, and luckily she's nice. And I'm explaining the situation to her. I just kind of like, Columbo it for her. Like, listen, obviously this wasn't us. One more thing. And so she's getting it, and I'm like, okay, she didn't say anything, but I felt like she was understanding. So I go back upstairs. She calls the security guard out. We're just sitting there for a bit, like, I don't know, what are we gonna do? Because she really didn't say anything. She's like, okay, well, I'll look into it. The next thing you know, I get a call, and it's the manager downstairs. So we go downstairs, and she goes, okay, sorry that happened. She believed me because we were telling the truth. She goes, here, I have one room left. You can have this room. So she gives us the fucking penthouse. She gave us we went from this shit, tiny little, smallest room you could get. One of us is going to have to be on the floor. We're going to have to swap out each night, heaven forbid if one of us hooked up, there'd be a sock on the door, be sleeping in the hall. And we went from there to the friggin' like legit penthouse of this place. We had this huge suite, huge, with this nice balcony. We had a big living room. We had a huge bathroom. We had a really big master bedroom. It was amazing, and it was a great trip. That was a good time. Why you be bullshitting me, man? I still think of that. Sometimes I say that with my buddies. I'm like, why you be bullshitting me? What's going on here? Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, as my voice cacks out again, let's head back. Okay. So yeah, this is not your fault. Unfortunately, you didn't get a penthouse room out of the deal, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you handled it perfectly. You were apologetic. It wasn't your fault in any way, but you're just like, I'm so sorry. I didn't, people, if you're generally speaking, if you're apologetic and kind and, and just empathetic and all these things, and you're not like, fuck you, you're generally going to take the volume of the conversation down. The person generally will become more reasonable and even realize that it may be their fault. But when you get people to get their goat up, so to speak, get their backs up, they're going to want to fight, even if they know they're dead wrong. So you handled it very maturely for someone who still has to ask her uncle or whose uncle has to tell her to go take a shower. It's just weird, isn't it? It's a little weird to me. Hey, Des Poetic. He or she is an asshole. Yeah. No, she's not an asshole. But, you had a 50-50 shot. So there you go. There you go. All right, let's run back. Yeah, I'm still mad at myself for fucking up the I don't know how I did it, but I'm like, here I am. This just goes to show it's easier to give advice than to take it. Here I am telling this girl, like, it's not your fault. This stuff happens. Although, let it go. It'll be fine. And here I am. I'm mad at myself because I fucked up. Although it was my fault because I didn't check. But maybe I gotta let myself off the hook too once in a while. Am I the asshole for offering a frozen dinner to an uninvited guest at a dinner party? It's kind of a douche move. Uninvited though. How uninvited? Like, how uninvited is uninvited? Let's see. Hold on. A couple of times a year, I like to throw a nice dinner party. So it's a nice dinner party and you don't have any extra food. Like your rations, everyone's ration food. That's not a nice dinner party if you don't have extra food. If everyone's just, down to the pea and carrot, you get 3 carrots, 2 peas, and that's it. A couple times a year, I like to throw a nice dinner party for old friends. I don't think it's very nice. This time I invited 5 people. 2 were couples, 1 was single. Okay. We've all known each other for around 15 years. I'm guessing the single person brought somebody, not thinking you were going to lose your shit or give them a fucking Swanson's frozen dinner. I've known each other around 15 years and get together maybe every 3 months. I was making filet mignon, small lobster tail, and with 2 sides. I spent over $300. You should have spent $310 and you could have fed everybody. And didn't buy extra because they are served 1 each per guest and are expensive. All right, so you've got like lobster steak. Okay. Well, yeah, in this situation, if that's all you have, you should probably have whoever guest it is split their meal with them. Or just be like, listen, I'm so sorry. Or here's what you do. You give them the option. You put it on the boyfriend or whatever. You're like, listen, I only bought 5 steaks and 5 lobsters. And so if you guys want to split yours, Jerry, you want to split yours with your girlfriend, let me cut them up and we'll split them and make it nice. I got some chips and some other stuff. Or if you want, I mean, I got a frozen dinner too. You can throw that out, but you don't come out with lobster, steak, Swanson's frozen dinner. As a surprise to me, the single guest brought along his new girlfriend. Well, he didn't think it would be a problem. Who I had not met or known about. I was nice about it, but upset because I only purchased enough meat and lobster tail for the guests who were invited. Again, this is why you tell him. I had a feeling it was him. That you can split up his and you two can share. Sorry, that's all I got. I talked to the friend who brought the uninvited guests and said I didn't have extra food, and the filet mignon cooked to individual doneness and lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up and divided or spread out between 2 or more people. Bullshit. You are the asshole with that statement. You could cut a steak in half, right? You can cut a lobster tail in half, right? How do you make a lobster bisque? You cut it up. How do you come on, dude. You are so you're the worst, man. I cut this. This is my creation. I can't possibly split it in 2. What do you think your guests are doing with their knife and forks? They're splitting it right. Why don't you give it to them and let them handle it? They know how to use a knife and a fork and cut something in half. What the hell's a man? You can't split it up? Oh, you're the asshole. No question. No question. Oh, what a douche you are. Come on, man. You can't. What kind of shit show is this? I'm trying to make sense out of this. So it's cooked to individual doneness, and lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up. I rip it to pieces. I get a lobster tail, and it's not unshelled for me. I'm ripping that thing to fucking shreds trying to eat it. I'm an animal. You can cut it. What are you talking? You can cut it in 4s, 5ths. You can mince it. What are you talking about? What kind of chef are you? Ugh, what a jerk. Anyway, so I divided, spread out. I'm trying to make this make sense. And lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up or divided or spread out between more people. And I said that I had a frozen pizza and another frozen dinner I could heat up. He was very upset with me and accused me of not liking his new girlfriend and trying to embarrass him. After his outburst, they left. Yeah, I would too. You're a dick. You're like, what do you mean you can't cut up the meal? What kind of horseshit is that? Was I wrong? Should I have cut up the filet and lobster tail and spread it out between an extra person instead of, yeah. You could have also said after you cut it in 2, by the way, if you're still hungry, I do have a pizza I can heat up too. And she might be like, yeah, maybe I'll just have the pizza instead of the thing. It's the way you handled it. And the fact that you said you didn't think you could split it. Here we go. He must have gotten creamed on this splitting the lobster tail steak thing because he had to edit. I didn't think of them splitting their plates at the time. Huh? I have ADHD. Don't blame it on ADHD. So I have some issues with changing plans. Well, I guess there is your thing. But yeah, you could have had them cut it. Oh my God, dude. Come on. How long you had ADHD? Don't blame it on the ADHD. Anyway, another friend messaged tonight that the friend that brought the uninvited girlfriend had been arguing with her before the dinner. So what? So you can, unless he tells you, hey, don't let her have any of my lobster or steak. Just give this broad who I'm pissed at, I'm just going to drop off and never call again. Just give her a fucking frozen dinner. Now, if he says that, no, yeah, you're fine. You're golden. You're greenlit. But don't this after the fact stuff that he got in a fight with her. They're probably back together by now. Yeah. Anyway, they've been arguing before the dinner, so that is part of the reason he was upset and quick to leave. No, I think they're just trying to make you feel better. He got in a fight, maybe not. He left because you fucking insulted him and said you couldn't cut a steak in 2. Meanwhile, everyone's sitting around probably cutting their steaks as you're telling them this. Oh my God. Come on, bro. Yeah, you're the asshole. ADHD or not, you're the asshole, 100%. Game over. Right? Yeah. What the hell? Numbnut. Deswig says, I will always say no to splitting a steak at the restaurant. I thought someone, yeah, in a restaurant, it's weird. Like, although me and my fiance, we'll sample, here, if she got chicken or fish and I got the steak, we'll swap it out a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and then cut it in half and then give it to, because it's like, you're at a restaurant. It's not, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like good. But if you want to all share something. Yeah, control freak. Yeah, she put Ever Eden's right. He should have put in addition to ADHD, control freak. So yeah, filet mignon, lobster tail, and I'm over 24 hours in a fast for stupid colonoscopy. Yeah, I never bring up food upon the horizon, but tonight's all about the food. Everything on the Reddit page, they knew you were coming, is all about food. You reminded me, actually, I got to look into my colonoscopy. I think I'm good for another couple of years, but I think I might have to get one at some point. I mean, I've had a couple. So far, so good. I guess. I don't know. All right. Let's see. How we doing? Yeah, again, I'm talking about letting myself off the hook, and I can't seem to do it. I just can't. All right, let me do at least one more. I feel like I'm just like, I hate when I screw myself over on accident. Just as I cook, I won't split the steak. I'll say give them another plate. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. As the cook, exactly. You give them another plate, and you can let them do it. Let them divvy it up. Yeah, takes all the pressure off of you. Then all the sharing is on him. So if like the portions are uneven, she's not like, I can't believe your friend just gave you the bigger piece. No, let the dude who invited the girl handle that nonsense. All right, let's head back over here. All of these have been about food, so I feel like I should do one more food, but I'm going to try not to because of Upon the Rise. I don't want you to be hungry, man. Italian ices, by the way, I lived on those when I had to get a colonoscopy. I had a lot of Italian ice because you're allowed to have them. You just can't have certain colors. I think I don't remember what colors you can't have. I think I just got the lemon because it was, and it was all right. Am I the asshole for not finding the family Nintendo my sister hid and not telling what? Okay. Am I the asshole for finding the family Nintendo my little sister hid and not telling anyone? Probably, but I'm not 100%. We will see. Let's see. Some weeks prior to this, my twin sister, there you go, sibling rivalry is what this is all about. That's what we should call this one. And I, 15, both bought games. We paid both half and half. We bought a Tomodachi Life, Rhythm, Heaven Groove, and I bought myself a Persona 5. That I don't know what any of that is. And I have a Nintendo Switch, by the way. My son does. I play on it. When the games arrived, we made a deal. So we both kept the Nintendo for 8 days, 4 days each. That seems fair. My little sister, 10, got mad because she also wanted to play. Okay. And went with my father to take the Nintendo and Tomodachi away from us so she could play. Okay, why don't you let her play in your room? I know you're young, you can fight. We did give her the Nintendo, but we kept Tomodachi. She got angry because she didn't want to play the demo, and we both got grounded. Well, yeah, your parents did a good thing there. Sorry, but you need to be sharing with your siblings. I'm not. I don't know that I would immediately go to grounding, but if you gave me a lot of shit, I'd probably ground you too. The reason we didn't let her have the games we bought is because she had stole money. How old is she? She's 10. Okay. Some collection figures my twin and I have, my parents didn't really mind. She gave them back either. So she steals things from you. She feels alone. You two are together. You two are twins, for God's sake. So you have this connection and bond anyway. She's the outsider in the relationship. And so she's jealous of you and she's jealous of your relationship. I know you're only 15, so I doubt you're going to be able to take it into account now, but just understand it for what it is. So, yeah. So we gave it back to her. Okay. After we gave the Nintendo back, my sister played with the family Xbox for a week to spite us, but we never minded and kept the Nintendo so we could play the games we have bought. Okay. All right. Hold on. Did I miss something? Hold on. Okay. Okay. So the reason we didn't let her have the games we bought is because she stole money. I got that. Yeah. And my parents didn't really mind. She hadn't given them back either. You're right, like a 15-year-old, and also hid them, which we resented. Okay. After they gave us the Nintendo back, so you've gotten it back, you're not grounded from anymore. And my little sister played with the family Xbox for weeks to spite us. But we didn't mind. We kept the Nintendo so we could play games. We both have, I don't care about the games. Okay. My little sister wanted the Nintendo back, so we gave it to her, but kept the games that we bought since didn't you just get grounded for that? Since you've been trying to steal the games from us. You just got grounded for this. It's hard to give advice to 15-year-olds. You can do it, but it's difficult. She played with him, but then my little sister hid the Nintendo for a week And my father knew but didn't say anything. Oh. I asked for the Nintendo back. My sister was very confident, and she said that she hid it and my dad was on her side. I told my father, and he agreed that it was time for my sister to give it back. She started crying. Ay, ay, ay. And she gave it and started yelling it was our fault, so we let my father talk with her. Nothing happened. My dad did nothing. So meanwhile, my little sister was playing on the living room. Oh, I'm so bored with this. I got to be honest. My twin sister and I plan on exchanging Nintendo play game. All right, I just that was the worst thing I've ever read. Just 15-year-olds fighting about video games with their 10-year-old. Come on, Reddit, can we have like an age thing? I mean, it's just stupid. Like I feel dumber for having read all that. It's just dumb. I don't like it. Don't like it. Come on. Here we go. I'll get back. Sorry. All right. So listen, I'm losing my voice, and it's not in the cards for me to do a long show tonight. But this is the studio, behind the studio. So we'll do a little Q&A here. So usually I have hanging across here, like my bookshelf, which is just basically a poster, But because this camera and this computer don't work that great, it just shoots really wide. So you would just see like the fake bookshelf, and then you would see on the outside here. And I was like, yeah, let's just go bare bones on it. All right, when I love you, I will do the show properly tomorrow. It's a Friday, so I think I'll be featured, hopefully. And I can't complain about tonight because I fucked it up. I did. So there's that. But have a great evening. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed the show. I always enjoy doing it. Hey, definitely not, Karen. Good to see you. I'm cutting out now, but I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday show. That'll be a full hour and hopefully featured. And I'm going to check before I do it to make sure I have the right account linked to it. So you all know it's going to happen, right? Yeah. There you go. All right. I love you all so much. God bless you. Have a great night. Definitely not Karen. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you again. Upon the Horizon, Des Poetic. Upon the Horizon, hope the colonoscopy goes great. Ever Eden, great to see you as always too. And everybody else who turned in, thank you so much. All right. God bless you. Be back tomorrow, all right and tight for another episode of Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. Remember, if you got a problem, I've got an answer. I'm Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. Good night, everybody. Bye.